Hey, Dr. John Delony here with Ramsey Network. It's good to be back. Last time we talked about how we think in pictures and we speak in words. Today I want to tell you about this thing that happened to me when I was in grad school, and this woman, Lisa Pearson, who kind of changed the trajectory of the way I deal with myself, like this idiot that I see in the mirror, right? So here's what was going on. I was sitting in a graduate counseling class. So picture this. There's a circle. It feels very like kumbaya, like we're all like, oh, how's your feelings, right? Just how you would picture a graduate counseling class, right? And we're all talking about what would happen if you were seeing a client for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and one day the client came in and they were like, you're terrible at this. Like, I've given you thousands of bucks. We did your little exercise and I asked for the raise and I didn't get it. And I took your advice and she still dumped me, right? And I said, man, that would devastate me. And the counseling, like they all looked at me like, why? And I said, man, that's like, counseling is intimate. Like you're talking deeply with one another. That would hurt. And Lisa Pearson, I'll never forget her. She's a good friend and colleague. She said, John, they don't get that. And I was like, oh gosh, is that one of those like stupid counseling-y things? Like they don't get. She said, dude, they don't get that. And here's what she said. She said, you get to decide who hurts your feelings. I was like, that sounds ridiculous. What do you mean by that? And she said, you get to decide who hurts your feelings. Nobody else. That day, I drove home on my bike. I rode my little bike home, and I walk in the front door, and my son, Hank, he's like 2 or 3 at the time, he comes out, and I said, hey, buddy, and I went to give him a hug. And he looked at me and he said, no, Daddy. And he turned around and ran the other way down the hall. And my first thought was, yeah, because you suck as a dad. That was my first thought. Well, then I thought later on that night about what Lisa had said about I get to choose who hurt my feelings. And then I thought, Hank is 2. Like, he doesn't get a vote. He doesn't get to hurt my feelings. And by the way, his favorite game that we play is chase. He just learned how to walk, and I like to chase him around the house, and he loves it. And so when I came in to say, hey, buddy, he wanted to play, and I took it personally. So I followed back up with Lisa and some of my classmates, and I wanted to know more about this idea of, what do you mean I get to choose who hurt my feelings? And Lisa said she has 4. She had 4 or 5 people who she gave permission to hurt her feelings, and I started going through my list, and I realized, man, I give permission to people I don't even know to hurt my feelings. I give people permission who email me mean stuff, who edit my emails and send them back to me, who are always sending negative comments on the interwebs, or students who were really struggling. Why was I inviting them into my heart and in my soul and in my head and giving them permission to hurt my feelings? And then I started thinking, I've got friends that I haven't talked to in 20 years. I've got neighbors that I don't really know. I've got people at my church. And I started one by one pulling people out. So this is going to be kind of cheesy, but the way I started thinking about it was like this box. Like, who do I let into this box? Who do I give permission to hurt my feelings? And so I started taking people out. I even got to where I took out my in-laws. I love my in-laws. Dude, I won the lottery with my in-laws. But I decided not to let them hurt my feelings anymore. They can give me their opinions. They can give me their thoughts and their dreams and their hopes for their daughter and for me, their son-in-law, and for their grandkids. And then I took my parents out. My parents are incredible. They both love me, and I love them. But they've got their experiences and their wisdoms and their insights. But they're not in charge of my house. Me and my wife are. And so I took them out. And suddenly when I stopped giving people permission that I didn't know, or I stopped giving people permission who love me, but who I'm not going to let speak in directly into my soul, when I stopped letting them hurt me, I actually started being able to hear them in a different way. It changed my relationship. It let me love them deeper, because we could relate on a level that wasn't about me trying to protect myself from getting hurt, but I was able to say, tell me what's going on in your heart. So my challenge to you is this. Find 4 or 5 people who you're going to give permission to hurt you. And when you do decide on those 4 or 5 people you're going to give permission to hurt you, let them know. And let them know to wield that power gently. Let them know that you love them too. This is Dr. John Delony signing off. Make sure you subscribe to get some more genius insights. And send me an email at askjohn@ramseysolutions.com, and I'll answer your questions directly. Y'all, peace out, have fun, and I'll talk to you soon.